These are the plaintiffs, John and Laura Napierkowski. John says he and his wife hired the defendant's moving company to pack up and move them from the home they shared into 2 different locations. Unfortunately, the moves were chaotic. Many of their items were broken, and they're having one heck of a time getting reimbursed for their losses. So they're suing the maniac movers for every penny of the $5,000 they're owed. This is the defendant, Eugene. He says the plaintiffs were supposed to mark all their items in either blue tape or yellow tape, depending on which location they wanted to move to. Needless to say, they didn't, so the move didn't go as smoothly as it could have. He does admit a few items were damaged, and he made every effort to repair them, but was denied access. The plaintiffs are now exaggerating their losses in an attempt to extort money from him, but he won't bow down to anyone. He's accused of being a marked moving man.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiffs hired the defendant's moving company, and there was lots of glassware carnage. But the defendant says the plaintiffs caused their own problems by not packing properly. It's the case of you moved me badly.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, John and Laura Napierkowski.
Yes.
You are suing the moving company. You've asked to not mention the company by name and to call you Eugene by your first name, and we'll respect that, for $5,000 of value of items that you say have been damaged by them in the move and that they refuse to pay you. Tell me what happened.
I hired the moving company in May to do 2 moves at the same time. We just bought a house in Georgia, and so I had to move my stuff down to Georgia. My wife was staying in New York for a little while longer because she was having work done on her teeth and all that, and it wasn't finished, so we had to get her an apartment so she can move there. So, and that was a quarter mile, less than a quarter mile from where we lived, so it was around the corner. They sent in on May 30th, I think it was, 12, 13 guys moving stuff all over the place. It was hectic, chaotic. They finally got...
I don't know too many moves that are calm and while you're drinking Swiss Miss.
People running all over the house, packing boxes, moving stuff, asking questions.
Okay, wait. So they were packing you too?
They were packing both at the same time. I really didn't want that, but they were told.
But I've always found that to be such a luxury. What do you charge to pack somebody? Like, first of all, I wouldn't want anybody touching my stuff anyway. It would creep me out, but...
It depends on, it goes by the carton. We give an estimate of how many cartons they want us to pack, and based on how many cartons they want to pack, and it goes by a carton.
But you literally take every single item in their house and box it?
Yes.
Not too much of a control freak. I could just never let that kind of modicum of control where then you're trying to figure out where everything is later and if it made it there. I just can't do it. All right, so anyway, go ahead.
So they did the move. They moved her to the apartment right around the corner. And the first thing they noticed they broke a pedestal that was my mother's. They recognized that on the receipt. A broken pedestal.
Yeah.
That was noted quickly on the sheet from the
Okay, so it's made out of what?
Plaster, I guess it was.
Okay. All right.
It's,
I take it you don't have a receipt or anything for
no, that was my mother's.
Okay. Okay, so go on.
All right, so during the move, they put a rip in the back of the love seat.
Oh, yeah. When did you purchase that love seat?
About 6 years ago.
Do you have the receipt for the love seat?
No, I don't.
You don't? How much did you pay for the love seat?
We paid a little over $3,000 for this love seat and couch.
So how is it you're suing for $2,000 for this love seat?
Love seat can't be replaced. I went to an upholsterer in Georgia.
Right.
And he says you can't replace it. You can't, barely you can fix it. He doesn't know if he can
First of
fix
all,
it.
why can't an upholsterer reupholster the couch?
Oh, they can't get the material.
No, that was the same material with a different material.
Then it wouldn't match anything.
Oh, right, because it has other stuff that, okay.
It has the couch. I have a picture of the couch.
Is this where you have the couch?
Yeah, this is the couch.
The couch is against the wall?
Yeah.
The couch is against the wall. The love seat was blocking the living room, dining room area.
Yeah, and we had to switch that around now because of the tear. We have to put it in front of a window, which we really didn't want to do.
Right. So you paid $3,000 for this couch and this love seat.
Yep.
And you're suing for $2,000 to replace the love seat.
Yeah, can't replace it. Even the upholsterer said not going to be replaced.
All right, so go on.
They lost,
There's 3 more things in your lawsuit. One of them is a scratch coffee table. Can I see the And are you noticing, is this in Georgia or in the apartment?
This was in the apartment.
How did things go in Georgia? We don't know yet?
We know. We had some damage. I had an adjuster. Well, we're going to step back.
You don't have anything from Georgia in this lawsuit?
Nope.
Because what? You're suing in Georgia?
Yes.
You're suing them in Georgia?
Yes.
Do they know that?
Yes.
Not until now?
Not until now.
All right, now you don't deny, do you deny that?
No, the damage.
The question is one not of liability, but of damages, because you believe that they're inflating this when they're asking for $5,000.
That's correct. I had an adjuster look at the pictures, and he wanted to go to the home. And when we called, they said, Mrs. Nabrikowski said that she was moving again, and she didn't have time for him to come over.
Why wouldn't you have time for him to come over?
So the love seat and the couch cost $3,000 new. Now they're used. They're used items, and the plaintiffs won $2,000 for the love seat. Is that greedy?
That is extremely greedy. You can't expect $2,000 for a used couch repair.
Used love seat.
Used love seat. Even if you're just.
So what's it worth? I mean, what's a used love seat when the whole thing was $3,000 new?
At least 1,000. I mean, the love seats.
You would give them $1,000 for that.
I would think that.
Okay, what do you think?
Maybe 1,500 at most.
Yeah, but that's almost like giving them the cost of a new love seat.
Yeah, just a couple hundred for repairs, probably. I think just a couple hundred for repairs.
Okay, fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
I told him I was moving, but he would have to come before the date I was moving. To
And
have
when
it
were you
done.
moving?
I moved to Georgia in.
No. How long after that phone conversation were you moving?
The last
Go ahead.
the last call I got from Mr. McAvey was July.
I'm not asking
12th.
about a call you got. I'm asking your wife
I didn't
about
get a call from him.
Wait,
No.
who did you talk to? Her
He
or
came to
him?
my apartment.
Her,
In person or on a phone?
on the phone.
No.
After I came through, I went to her apartment to take pictures of the items. And after I left her house, I went over to the adjuster to have him take a look at the items to get a cost.
Okay, bottom line is your adjuster was never able to go and see them in person, but
That's
he was
correct.
able to look at pictures. But in any event, why wasn't your insurance company more speedy?
They have up to 90 days to settle a claim. And they
Yeah, it
didn't
does say that. It says it right on the bottom of the form. It says 90 days. So why didn't you wait the 90 days?
Because I got 4 different stories from him on how we were going to do the claim.
Very impatient.
First, they were going to come to the house, to the apartment, and fix stuff. Then it was we're going to send somebody there to pick it up to send it out. Then it was we're going to send an adjuster.
Show me the wood wall plaque that you say is missing.
Not missing. It was.
I'm sorry that you say is damaged. I've seen the pictures of the coffee table. I've seen the pictures of the sofa and the pedestal.
It was also after the fact.
What is this thing?
It's a pedestal. It hangs on the wall. It's
It's a wooden
Spanish.
wall plaque.
Behind it, you'll see the whole picture.
Okay, with all due respect, both the coffee table and this wood has a solution, and repair is a solution. Okay,
Yeah, it could be.
I think that the pedestal, I don't know that it has a solution. I don't know how much it's worth, but the sofa is probably the biggest problem. What's this a picture of?
It's a portable air conditioner. The vents out there, and my wife noticed later on after we filed the.
I don't want to use it.
Right.
And then you say there's 4 missing coats?
Yeah, I don't know where they are.
We didn't go to Georgia.
Because when
thought
we
that's-
moved, they packed some of the stuff that was in the closet. When I unpacked my stuff in New York.
Is there an inventory of the stuff that got packed?
Just the stuff that went to Georgia, there's an inventory.
There's no inventory for the Yonkers stuff?
No, because it's what we call an on and off. We loaded it in the morning and delivered it in the afternoon. So everything that was loaded in the morning.
So
was
I
delivered.
can't even look at anything to see if the coats were packed? How do I know you didn't just lose your coats?
They didn't, I assumed that they got mixed up and went to Georgia.
Georgia.
4 coats?
Yeah.
Do you have any receipts for the coats?
No.
How am I just gonna pick a
I
figure
know.
out of the sky?
All
right.
buy coats, you wear them 2 times and you throw the receipts out.
Not me.
But everything that was marked to go to Yonkers went in the truck, and the truck drove over and unloaded. So if it went on the truck, it went off the truck. We didn't just stop on the side of the road and sell stuff.
Yeah, but sometimes movers lose things. I don't know. This is gonna be one of those cases where I do what, Douglas?
Looks like some really rough justice. in this
Really
one.
rough justice, which is for me to look at the damage and assess what I believe the damage is worth. I believe the damage is worth $1,000, and I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiffs in the amount of $1,000. Good luck.
Well, let's see what the defendant has to say coming out here. Stand right next to me right here and tell me what's your reaction, what they got out of this?
Well, I think the prices were fair. If my adjuster was allowed to do the repairs, I'm sure it would have came right around that same price.
This was a complicated move, right? As even you,
it was complicated because there were two different places they were
I know.
supposed
Did you
to
bite
separate.
off a little more than
No, not
you
at
could
all.
chew in this case?
Not at all.
Like this?
No, because we moved her on one day, moved him on the next day. So it was basically two moves in 2
Business
days.
as usual?
Business as usual.
All right, head right around the corner right this way. And all right, he did his best. Come on in here and let's see how the plaintiff feels about what they came out of here with. Are you satisfied?
Yeah, I think just because an item is old doesn't mean that it has value. Just like the pedestal is an heirloom, I can't replace it.
How are you going to resolve this problem where your wife doesn't like being in Georgia?
She will.
I'll just say I'm a New Yorker, born and raised.
Yeah. How does that work in Georgia?
It's too quiet down there.
Harvey?
You know, a lot of these movers have what they call liability limitations in these contracts where they can limit their liability to a very small amount of money. It's based on the pound of the item. And, you know, it could really, really screw you up. So you should think about, for valuable stuff, definitely getting moving insurance. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.